Hello and welcome to today's Wellness Wednesday workshop. I'm Vicki Whitking and I will be talking today about how we can all snap out of Grinch mode and have the best holiday ever. Now, everybody has their high points and their low points during any holiday season, and Christmas is a long season. It's more than a week or two or three. For some people it's way too long. We all want to feel great coming out of the end of this time of year, and given the fact that, we have a lot of pressures on us right now, there's a lot of big things happening for us in the world and in our neighborhoods and in our homes, it can be really easy to get distracted. So today we're going to focus in on what matters so that we can really, truly have a wonderful holiday no matter what's going on the outside. We can focus on the things that matter and really get that true feeling of the holiday season that we're gonna need moving into next year, coming up next year, 2020. It's a big one. So let's get started. And I like to think of, I like to think of this time of year as not just a time to celebrate, but a time of gratitude, absolute gratitude. So in order to do that, we need to shift our thinking just a little bit. And I have a couple of ways that we can do that. So are you ready to snap out of Grinch mode? Who's with me? Here we go. So if you're like me, you're running around doing stuff. You've got a lot of things on your to-do list. Maybe you've got some, extra things that pop up this time of year that were unexpected. The best thing that you can do in any given moment is to be more present. So that means whatever you're doing right now in this moment is the most important thing. And if we can do that, then we can really be present for the things and notice the things that matter and receive them and interact with them in a way that is maybe more along the lines of the holiday spirit than along the lines of being a big old Grinch. So let's see what we can do here to be more present. Stop complaining. If you can't change it, embrace it. And by me saying embrace it, I'm not saying that you just have to sit there and take it, but bring your best self to that situation and own it. Own your part in it and be ready to let it go and not let it spoil your holiday. A great way to be more present is to create a vision board for the new year. Really settle in and look at that vision board, all the things that you've put on it. I have mine from last year right here, and I'll tell you what, every single one of the things on it came true. I didn't get a new dishwasher, kitchen appliances, but I got a new water heater, and so it's all in there somewhere, right? Meditate in front of it. Look at it often. See where you're going with it. How are you creating strategies to stay on track with it? This is a great time of year to sit in reflection and see how far you've come and see where you want to go. But in order to do that, you got to get still. And maybe you don't know what everything should be on your vision board. Maybe it's something that is going to evolve over a couple of weeks. So be open to what comes up over the next couple of weeks. If you ask for a sign, more than likely you'll get it. Another thing that you can do in order to be more present is to really take the time and feed your soul, on a serious level. Feed your soul, treat yourself to something that's just for you, something that you're not getting somebody's approval to go do or inviting anyone else. This is your thing. It can be small, it can be extravagant, it can be whatever you want. It doesn't need to be anything that costs money. Make it yours. and take it in and say, yes, this is wonderful. This is exactly what I needed in this moment. And then give compliments freely. And yes, they are one of the few things in life that are free. Giving compliments is wonderful. Oh, I love your scarf. Oh, that's such a lovely display. Oh, thank you so much. You're very kind. They don't have to be very elaborate. Just a quick, nice, oh, I like that. Oh, that's cute. Or just smile at someone and catch their eye. Say it to their face and look them in the eye and say thank you or compliments. Yes. I think gratitude is a bit of a compliment, but like seriously, like I love your jacket, or you look cute, or depending on who you're saying it to, right? Okay. Another way, oh, one more. Point out the beauty of the season. To yourself, to other people. Look at all the twinkly lights. Look at the glimmer of everything on the snow. Look at the way the sunset is all gold and pink and blissful. Point it out. It's out there everywhere. And then also, listen to someone else do the talking. And what I mean by that is to just simply pull in your conversation about yourself or about your opinion or about what they should do and just listen. Oftentimes, that's exactly what they want and need, is just to be heard. And that can be such a gift, is for someone just to be heard. You don't have to, really even participate in that one. Just kick back and listen and go, oh yeah, I know, right? Oh yeah, I remember when you said that. Oh, okay, that's great. Good, okay. Just, that you don't need to bring up your side of things all the time, or the time when you did something similar. It's not about you. It's about them. And honestly, that's one of the biggest things that I do with my coaching clients is I listen to them. I let them feel heard. And then eventually I guide them into, either a different mindset or more productive behavior. But first up, I listen. Okay. Another way that we can have the best holiday ever is to set moderate expectations. Setting moderate expectations. What does that mean? That means that whatever you think your holiday should be, pull it back a few notches in a couple of areas. So maybe you only make 3 kinds of cookies instead of 7. Maybe you only go out and do the Christmas Eve light drive with 3 of your neighbors instead of 7 or whatever it is. Okay, so let's see I'll give you some real examples of how to set some moderate expectations, because there's so much out there that says it has to be over the top and the best ever, right? Well, actually, in order for that to happen, things don't have to be perfect, because you can run yourself ragged trying to make things perfect. And the foolish thing there is they'll never be perfect. Nothing is ever perfect. The tree will never be perfect unless you spend hours and hours and hours making it just right. It's good enough, right? Also, this one, not everyone has to show up, but it's nice to be invited. Not everyone has to show up. So if someone says, oh, no, I'm sorry, I can't make it, end of subject. No guilting, no bringing it up. You're okay with it. You know that you want them to have a good time and that you want to spend time with them, but not everybody can be on your schedule or agenda. So be flexible and, maybe make other plans or invite them another time or something else. All right. Another way to set moderate expectations is that you don't have to go overboard. You can just do the essential things that matter. So maybe that means you only put up a couple of decorations on your house instead of banking the entire everything. Or maybe that means that you only cook 1 side dish instead of 3. Whatever it is, make sure that it's the one that really makes Christmas or makes the holiday season for you. The thing that's like, oh yeah, my brother-in-law says, The Spritz cookies, the butter cookies, is the ones that he likes the most. And it's just not Christmas unless you have those. And then there I had a whole bag full of them waiting in the car for him. It's like, here's your Christmas cookies, dude, So I have more ready to go anytime I'm ready to make them up. They're in the fridge, ready for me this week. So that's something that's essential. But I didn't do gingerbread. Another thing, and that's just on cookies, so see where you can dial some things back a little bit. And then also moderate expectations around how we feel. So you can feel what you feel. You might feel, anxious or happy or overjoyed or overwhelmed or sad or whatever, slighted, miffed, disappointed, whatever you feel, that's fine. The holidays are a roller coaster of feelings, right? You don't have to judge yourself about how you're feeling. That's just how you're feeling. You don't have to require yourself to feel a certain way or not feel a certain way. But make sure you express yourself appropriately. So it may not be that you even bring it up, how you feel a little miffed, because you're going to let it go. But maybe you admit to yourself later on, it's like, yeah, my feelings are kind of hurt. Interesting. Maybe you write it down in your journal, but you don't tell the hostess, right? Something like that. So your feelings are valid, but you can choose how to express them. And, at the end of the day, if something did or didn't happen a certain way, it's the holiday season. Move on, get over it. You'll get another chance next year, and oh well, and love you back, right? So that's that. And one more thing to set moderate expectations is I want you to know your limits, your energetic limits, your psychological limits, your financial limits, your food and beverage limits, your time limits. Just because it's Christmas, we're not Santa. We can't bend time and space, right? Just because it's Christmas doesn't mean that there are no limits. It's the time of year, I know, for abundance and expansion and more everything, and everyone's included, and yay, and it's a wonderful time to celebrate. But it is okay to say no to certain things, certain behaviors, certain times and places, certain people, anything that is going to maybe trigger you a little bit or be overwhelming or just not work out. It's okay to say no or set limits. And you got to know those ahead of time going into it. If you don't know what's happening next week already, you're going to set yourself up for, some uncomfortable or avoidable or unrealistic expectations. Okay. And now to the good stuff on how to have the best holiday ever is, you got to reach down in and find your inner little elf. He's in there somewhere, right? And go out there and do good things. Yes, you've heard this before, but you get so much back, and it's so easy to put some of these things off because they're not the star of the show at the holiday season, or they might be inconsequential, or you might be in too much of a rush and not being present to notice. Here's some really easy good things you can do that come right back to you. Open doors for other people. I don't care. I don't care how, if they say thank you or if they just walk right through or what. Just open doors. Slow down. Smile. Be a pleasant presence in a world full of hushed and sometimes grouchy people, right? It's an easy gesture. It doesn't cost anything. And, some people might not even expect it. Another good thing that you can do is to choose just a few people and leave some real handwritten notes or gifts. Something little, a little token. We're not all brimming with, extra money that we can spend, but we can always find a little way to acknowledge someone or to say, hey, I miss you, or I'm thinking about you, or I hope you're well. And the more personal and crafty, the better. I also want you to pay it forward. Buy someone's coffee. Do a favor without expectation. Give extra tips. Actually, I almost would, depending on who it is you're buying the coffee for, I would almost tip your barista more rather than buying someone ahead of you a cup of coffee, because chances are if you're in the Starbucks line, that person can afford $7, but maybe you're somewhere else and you notice that, you wanted to just buy the person behind you a cup of coffee or something because they looked like they could use it. Like something along those lines. It's nice to pay it forward in that way, but like make sure the recipient is someone who will really appreciate what you offer. But also do a favor without expectation. They don't have to know it was you. So anonymous gift giving or helping a stranger or something like that. Oh, there was this great story locally here about a lady who, the guy who helped her outdoors with her groceries, he didn't have like a coat and gloves. And she's like, it was really cold. And she's like, do you have a coat and gloves? And he's like, no. And she went out and bought him a coat and gloves and came back and gave it to him. And he was incredibly thankful. And I just love hearing things like that. So that's what I mean by paying it forward. Giving bushy people more bushy stuff, maybe at least this year, maybe we'll amp it up a little bit. Another good thing that you can do that's really easy and won't take up as much time as you think is to volunteer. Charity organizations, churches, schools, you can always find a little place to volunteer, and it doesn't have to be a huge chunk of time, and you don't have to volunteer for everything, just one thing, right? And then also you can donate. There's a lot of places. Now, I really wished we lived in a world where charities were more well-funded or not even necessary. But unfortunately, right now, a lot of people depend on food banks and things like coat drives of fundraisers. Go for it. Every year at the holidays, I always am buying a couple of extra things that I can put in the food pantry donation bin, or I'm always doing like little gifts for a couple of little kids or refugees or something like that. So find something that's meaningful to you. Make sure you're giving to a charity that you approve of where their funds go and how they use them. Not all charities are equal. And don't expect anything in return. But I promise you, this kind of behavior comes back threefold. Absolutely. So that's how to have a really great holiday. Snap yourself out of that Grinch mode, because it really is going to come back to you. And I really want to know, what kind of lifestyle changes do you need to make in the new year? Are some of these things even possible for you? The things that I kind of outlined here, are they, something that you can do? Are you in a place where you can volunteer, or is your life a scattered mess? Are you in a place where you can think of 5 things you're grateful for? Are you kind of drowning in negative thought patterns? Are you able to donate to a charity, or are you flailing in your business and don't know how to, think like a boss with it? Well, if you are wondering how you're going to, you need to make some changes, you're not really sure exactly the how, there's a reason why you're here today. It's because you are looking for a little help. And I have been helping women like you for well over 10 years. And I know that you are trying to improve your life in some way. Maybe it's with health and fitness, weight loss, or a specific kind of wellness goal. Maybe it's so that you can, show up better for your family and for your kids. Maybe you're trying to scale up your business and you need to figure out how to get your life in order, or your brain in order, or your energy in line so that you can do those things. Maybe it's all of it. Maybe you've got a big mountain to climb, girl. And you know what? I definitely know that it's possible for you to change how you're feeling about all of this. Absolutely. It is absolutely time for you to eliminate your bad habits and finally enjoy living a healthy lifestyle. I mean, if not now, when, right? The New Year's coming, and let's do this. It's time for you to stop wasting time because of negative thinking and start becoming the best version of yourself so far. So at this point, you're like, yeah, I know, but what do I do? How do I do this? There's so much out there. And really, you have two options. You can do it the hard way, go and get a whole lot of certifications, do a ton of research, study with clients in person, one-on-one for like 10 years or so, spend a ton of money. You can, devote everything you have, all of your passion into figuring out these issues for yourself. Yeah, well, it's doable. It's doable, and you might be brilliant at it. So you can do it that way. Or if one way is the hard way, then obviously the other way would be the easy way. You can do it the easy way and let someone who has done all of that show you exactly which way to move through the process of taking what is not working for you and amping up your lifestyle and your business for the next year. Because I absolutely have been there myself. I have started at square one and not known how. There is no handbook for how to be your best self. You got to figure that out on your own. But I have done all of the training, and over the last 10 years in working with clients, I have really put together a step-by-step program that takes all those little strategies I threw out there for every little, something that came up for someone, and distilled them down into a real step-by-step method. And you can really revamp your whole lifestyle in a very short time with this foundational tool that teaches you the very, very important aspects of revamping your lifestyle. They've worked for me, and I have dozens of students going through the program right now who are getting fantastic results and turning their dysfunction into empowerment. It's amazing. So my question to you is, do you want to know how to finally get your health and fitness squared away so you can fully show up and be the powerful person you are in every aspect of your life: physical, mental, emotional, business, home, relationships? Are you ready to just start and do it like once and for all? Get it done. I have a feeling that you probably would, especially if somebody said that they could make dealing with your lifestyle changes, all of those things that you need to switch in order to even accomplish one of those areas. What if it felt as easy as reading a blueprint for your body, mind, and spirit? What would that be like? If somebody just laid it out there for you and said, do this, 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 and this. Listen to these things, the other things, not necessary. Well, I have created the Mind Body Blueprint online course. And like I said, I have taken well over 10 years of one-on-one coaching with clients, case study after case study after case study. And I've really identified the areas of your life you need to work on. I've identified exactly how to move from one area to the next and the principles and the tools that you need. It's all right here. And let me tell you, nothing could be easier than letting me walk you through this process. I basically take you by the hand, starting with my little quick start guide. I get you going right away, and I walk you through all 6 modules. And each one focuses on a different area of your life, and we amp it up and gear up so that we can be the executives of our own lives. Not just in the boardroom, not just in the kitchen, but everywhere. We're the boss, and we've got our lives handled. This stuff is down. I got my workouts in. I got my meal plan going on. I got my schedule managed. I'm rocking it out with big thinking, big picture projects. I'm loving my work. I'm showing up every day, energized and vibing and ready to conquer. Absolutely. That is the reason why I designed all this, is to help you do that. And so you're going to get access to this simple 6-step plan. I mean, literally, it's right there online. I walk you right through it so that you can take whatever diet, fitness, exercise plan, lifestyle plan, coaching program, and apply these foundational things to it and make that rock for you. Adjust it so it's customized and specific for you, and I can help you do that. I really want you to feel good doing this. I don't want it to be grueling. I don't want it to be extreme. Those things never work. I want you to come out feeling like you've got more time, more energy, and more joy to share with everyone. Absolutely. I want it to be something that expands your life and makes you express your gifts and show up with passion. So, I also include step-by-step instructions so that you can make all of these shifts so that you'll actually want to work out. You'll actually want to take great care of yourself. We work with the law of attraction and put that into play as far as our diet and exercise and health and lifestyle and wealth and everything goes. I'm going to help you figure out your body type and how to not only tailor your diet and exercise plans to your body type, but also to apply them to your body clock so that you're doing the right things at the right time of day. Doing the right things for your body type at the right time of day. And this entire approach, I've got little strategies all the way to help you, at the gym or at the grocery store or when you're scheduling or when you're trying to de-stress after work. I mean, I walk you through all those aspects of your life and help you put together a plan that's going to work for you. So all 6 modules are right there in my online course. You just log in. And boop, 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 it walks you through an overview of all the material for each module with a video lesson of me going over the whole module. And then also each module is broken down into different lessons, and you submit your homework and move on to the next lesson, and it just walks you right through the entire program. Just click, 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 and keep moving forward. I've got bonus materials for every module. We'll get to those in a second here. I have, of course, it's a user-friendly Q&A. I mean, nothing could be simpler. It guides you right through step by step. You hardly even have to keep track of where you are in the program. It does it for you. Totally online, so you have it all the time. And once you're in, you're in. And of course, you get access to the Facebook group, so we're always posting in there, and I'm always sharing extra tips. I'm sharing my own homework. I'm sharing all of the replays and things like that on the Facebook page. It's a great resource. And then, like I said, lifetime access. Once you're in, you're in. So hopefully, that gives you enough structure and a framework so that you can see how you can revamp your lifestyle and take it up a notch. And we start with the Think Like a Boss success system, where I help you change your mindset. Powerful exercises, like I said, there's homework, so that you're not just jumping in and going full force right, first steam ahead. You actually change your mindset about what you think your lifestyle should or shouldn't be before you even start. It's like one of the first things you do is you retrain your brain. It's really amazing. And then all the rest of it kind of falls into place because you are more receptive to wanting to change certain habits or learn new things, adopt new patterns. And then so I walk you through that. And then we also have a live weekly webinar where everybody jumps on. And so, week 1, we start module 1, and I go over module 1, but I do a little twist on it. So starting January 6th, we're doing a little twist with it, and I'm focusing on module 1 with a detox perspective, the 4 mistakes you're making in your daily detoxing routines. Module 2, love your body workout formula. Yes, I want you to work out. I had a great time today before this webinar. I went on my afternoon walk and I stopped at the little playground place where there was nobody there, and I did my push-ups and leg lifts and stretching and other things on the jungle gym. It was super fun. I want you to want to work out. And then so also in January with the detox we're going to be moving into yoga moves for detox and taking all the principles of what I go over with in module 2 and tying it into detox and using yoga as one of those tools. It's awesome. And then the next week we move on to module 3. Again, there's weekly homework, there's weekly modules that you will watch videos for, and there's weekly discussions. And I give you emails that walk you through all of this. And so with Grab and Go Nutrition, I'm giving you the parameters of what should be on your plate according to your body type. And I'm giving you ways to go shopping, a little method, so that when you do a meal plan from beginning to end, from when you first write down your menu to when you wash up your dishes at the end of a meal, it's all right there for you, all the steps that it takes to really be efficient in the kitchen and be really, really a master in the grocery store. Because if you can't get the grocery store down, your meal plan's probably not going to be all that beneficial for you. So again, there's no deprivation here or no extreme things, but I will be talking in January about, in week 3, I'll be talking about the do's and don'ts of a detox diet. So I do think that we can incorporate detox in a nice, gentle way rather than going extreme. And that's what all of the modules will be about in the new year. Module 4, and so I really want you to take your time back. I want you to take your energy back. I want you to take your schedule back and be more productive and have motivation and inspiration and strategies for how you are going to work in your new habits, your meditation habits, your exercise habits, your meal prep habits. How does that all fit into your calendar? And let me tell you, once you take control of your calendar back, even just a little bit, you are going to see your productivity skyrocket. And I give you tons of awesome advice on how to do that. I love the topic of productivity. I could talk about it all day long, and my to-do lists are always evolving. I'll say that, because as a small business owner, there is no template coming down from corporate for me to handle my day-to-day business. I have to figure it out on my own. I wear a lot of hats and I have a lot of processes, and I offer a lot of clients some really great info, and I want to make it as easy and streamlined as possible. So I'm not wasting my time doing, small little tasks that are taking up too much time and not having enough time to focus on my clients. So I amp up that productivity, and you will too, for sure. And I can't stress how much I want all of this to be effortless for you. So module 4 and module 5 are about being effortless. I want these things to come naturally. I want them to feel like this is just what I do. And it will, because we are going to create, especially here in module 5, we're going to use the body clock as a map to figure out when we should do certain activities and why it is so important to kind of follow the urges, the natural urges and timings of our body. And that's really going to help you once you get that kind of reset where your body is sleeping and eating and moving the way that it was designed. You're going to see your energy levels just go through the roof. And for so much of it, this is going to start with sleep, and stress relief is really the main core focus of this module. If I could have put it up first, I probably would have, but I decided to go with mindset first, because I think that you need that mindset before you can do any of the other things. But when you get your sleep in line, you are absolutely going to be blown away. I get up at 5 a.m. 4 days a week. And then the other 3 days, I get up at about 6:30 or 7 a.m., depending on where I'm at. And I'm still kind of working on more earlier days. I used to be a huge night owl. I was so exhausted, I didn't even know how exhausted I was. And you might think you're exhausted, but you probably don't have any idea how much it might take to get you to feeling really, really rested. and really, really energized and really, really passionate again. And when you wake up in the morning and you're ready to face your day because you've got your plan happening and you've taken care of your needs the night before so that you wake up refreshed, you're going to hit the ground running. You are going to be absolutely unstoppable. So again, that is customizable, and I help you with that along the way. So to bring it all together then, we are going to, in Module 6 or Week 6, we're going to do the Think Big Success System. And this is all about gratitude and goal setting. So you can't really, sink into this process and really love your life unless you are grateful for it, which was part of what we were talking about today with the snap out of the Grinch mode thing. It's like, show a little gratitude, tap into the abundance, look up and see how wonderful of a world it really is. And you have gifts that you need to share with the world, and you can't share them if you've got the wrong mindset, if you're tired, if you're stressed out, if you're wasting time and procrastinating, if you're confused, if you're not eating or nourishing yourself well. You're never going to be able to affect major change in your life, whether that's in your business life or in your relationships or with your kids or whatever you're talking about. You've got to be able to do those small things. And then once you harness all of that and set it on a goal that's bigger than you, a goal that, takes it from one level up to level 10, then you're going to be like, wow, I really need to keep taking care of myself in this stellar manner because I got a lot on my plate. I got a lot of people depending on me. I'm doing some really great work out there in the world and I'm loving it. And it's on my terms, and it's amazing, and I'm so grateful for it. Are you with me? Do you want to get there? Because I absolutely will show you how. And to take it a step further, every week I'm giving you bonuses. So for Module 1, the bonus is... these are out of order, I think. It's probably Create Your Lifestyle. Bonus 2 is amp up. Oh, wait, it's Detox Your Body. That's number 1, sorry. And then number 2 is Amp Up Your Workout. Number 3 is Plan Your Menus. Number 4 is Conquer Your Day. Number 5 is Boost Your Energy. And number 6 is Create Your Lifestyle. Sorry, those were slightly out of order there. But each one of those I deliver right to your inbox. So you've got a little list of here's some quick, easy things that you can just snap out, at any time. They're really, really handy, and you just work them into your strategies. And all the way along, between the Facebook group, between the live webinars on Monday nights, between the homework and the overview videos, you are going to have so much at your fingertips that you can really, implement. I'm ready to help you in any way that I can. Make sure that what you're going to step into here works for you. And it's often just a small little tweak here or there, and you're off and running. So, are you ready? Are you ready to learn how to make losing weight easy and fun? And not just losing weight, but like amping up your whole lifestyle. It'd be nice to lose weight and stuff, but like what we're really talking about here is taking your whole life to another level. So, here I've got the basic membership. If you would like to be part of my Mind Body Blueprint, you can just get the online stuff. So that's the online course, me going over the overview with the videos, doing the homework, getting on the live calls. All of that is in the basic membership. If you just did the minimum of just reading through and grabbing a few pieces of info and applying them in a few areas of your life, you would see some major changes. So this might be all you need. And you do it at your own pace, and it's a lifetime. Once you're in, you're in. But for some of you, you might need just a little bit more help, And I know this for a fact because I have taken lots of trainings and certifications, and I know that when you're in a private membership that is 3 sessions or more with a private trainer or coach, you are more than likely going to show up with your homework, done your best, given it your best shot, not skipping out, not blowing yourself off. It's a really great way to accelerate, the progress that you're going to make. So with the private membership, you get all of the online stuff, the weekly webinars, everything. Plus, through those 3 sessions, I'm going to help you to customize your daily routines. I'm going to give you some solutions to your self-sabotage, that stuff that's going on in your head. I'm going to talk about how your emotional patterning is driving you towards certain self-destructive behaviors. I'm going to give you motivation and accountability, absolutely, because, I give you homework. I give you homework outside of the online course. I give you deadlines. On our next session, this is what was going to happen. This is where we're going to move. And I really have a strong impact on where my clients are. I say session 1, 2, 3, this is how it's going to go. And you know what? The ones who are serious, it happens for them. I move them through the process, and it's amazing. If you're not ready and you only get so far, that's cool too. But it's really great to have somebody checking in on you, somebody moving you through, somebody calling you on your stuff. And that's what I mean about accountability, where people are like, well, I worked out. Sure. Well, how many times? Well, for how many minutes? Well, how did you do it? What exercises did you do? Well, I walked for 10 minutes on the treadmill reading a magazine. I hold you accountable. I also have special resources and tips. I'm very generous with my resources and tips with my private membership clients. Absolutely. And, I'm really going to give you a personalized goal setting maintenance plan. I just had a client today email me and say, I'm ready for another round of sessions. I want to set some goals. Am I ready? Let's do this. And I was so thrilled to see that she was moving forward, because the last couple of months have been, a difficult time, because you're not just working on, just better eating habits. You're actually working on a lot of things that come up emotionally, psychologically, that are holding you back. And so I hold your way through all of that. Absolutely. And I know that might sound like a lot, but trust me, where do you want to be 6 weeks into the new year? Do you want to have failed at another diet or exercise plan where you spent a bunch of money on some, protein bars and shakes and vitamins, and then it just never really happened? Are you going to start out with this gym membership that you can't get out of and then not know what to do once you get there, or not have the motivation to do it? Chances are you're gonna want to make some improvements in the new year. And really, that is an investment in yourself that is priceless. Making sure that you are happier and healthier and have more energy and have more productivity in your life, it's priceless of what that can afford you. Time. And if you were more efficient, you'd have way more time. If you're more efficient, you'd probably have more money. If you had more money, you could probably be more generous with your time. You could probably be more generous with your means to make people happy. It goes on and on and on. So you're probably wondering, okay, yeah, but what are we in for here? And actually, today, of everything that I just described to you with the private membership, if I were to sell those pieces individually, the total value would be $679. So 3 sessions and the lifetime online course. But I'm feeling kind of generous, it's the holiday and all. And so I decided that I'm going to give the Mind Body Blueprint basic membership for $349 today. And that means, you're going to get lifetime access to that online course, and you're going to be able to submit homework and show up on the weekly live webinars for just 3 monthly payments of $116.33. That's it, and you're in. And I hold your hand through the rest of it with little emails and homework and all of that other stuff that the program just leads you right through. To me, That's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, to get started for $100, that's like the price of a pair of shoes, maybe like some, decent shoes. That's not a whole lot. That's not a whole lot for the transformation that you will get in 3 months. Now, if you're thinking that you do need a little help with this and that you're like, I can't do that on my own, I never finish these things, I'm giving you a screaming deal here with the private membership. Like I said, I'm feeling generous and I can't help myself and I can do whatever I want because I'm the boss, right? I'm going to give you that online course plus the 3 private sessions, 3 monthly payments of $156.33. $150 gets you started, gets you on this path to huge transformation. Plus you get 3 private 60-minute sessions with me where I go over we do 2 modules at a time and go, how are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you, finding challenges? Let's find some strategies. Let me give you some suggestions. Absolutely walk you through and hold you accountable for each phase of it. And the good news is you can pretty much do this on your own pace. I kind of recommend that you do it, one module, at least one every 2 weeks, if not one every week, just to keep some momentum going. But you can always go back and redo the homework and rewatch the videos and rethink your life because it takes generally, an extended period to really solidify a lot of these changes. I think something that a lot of people find with other, wellness programs is that 10 minutes in or 10 days in, you quit and you lose track and then that's it. That's a huge reason why some of them fail. I'm not going to let you do that. With me, I'm in it. I'm going to be there saying, hey, let me help you. Let me figure out a different way if this way is not working. We will find out how to get the results you're looking for. And if after 7 days and you've done at least 1 module of homework, if you're unsatisfied, I'll refund your money. Check me out for a week. If you don't think I know what I'm talking about, if you don't think that this is doable for you or something else happens within the first week, I absolutely want you to have that guarantee. No skin off my back, no hard feelings. And if you decide you want to come back to the program in 6 months, start where you were, we'll start again. Most of all, I just want you to get started like today. Because you're going to get immediately my quick start guide that's going to just help you start this program off and running. And then also I'm starting module 1, the weekly webinars. We're going to take a quick break over Christmas, but I'm starting the module 1 weekly webinars on January 6th. We're going to talk about 4 detox mistakes you're making. So you can do that basic membership. $349. I mean, I don't know if I will be holding that price for a while or not. I really keep the number of my students to a minimum, especially on the private membership, because I want to give you as much as possible of me. And if I have too many of you, I can't do that. So I keep it to a minimum. So eventually I'm going to close that offer and there will not be that anymore, and it'll probably be somewhere around January 5th. So you have a little bit of time to think about it, and I'm going to be reminding you about that. But you know what? Why not get started today? Because like I said, you could start on that quick start guide, and you could get way ahead by the time January 2nd rolls around. Because I know nobody starts anything on January 1st. Only if you're sleeping all day, right? And you don't have time to indulge. All right. That's all I have for you. And I truly, truly want you to have a most wonderful holiday because this is one of the best times of the year. And if you're present, every day is. And until I see you in 2020, be well. I'm Vicki Whipking,